Jessica, the Sweetwater Stitcher, and I'm back today with another episode of Flosstube. It has been, I think, 3 weeks since my last video. I had every intention of coming back last week, and it just turned into craziness. There's been lots of stuff going on, the end of school year, and some personal things. So I just have been a little scattered, but I have so much stuff to show and I couldn't wait to get back to do another video. So without further ado, today is Wednesday, May 22nd, and today was my daughter, who is 5, her preschool graduation, and it was great. It was also my last day of teaching. I am not going to go back next year. I'm going to stay home and be able to go and volunteer with my daughter, who's going into kindergarten, and my son, who he'll be going into first grade, along with my 3-year-old, who will be in preschool as well, and I can help in her room and also substitute. So I have loved working this year. It's been a challenge in some aspects, but and the camaraderie has been great. But just with having small kids, it has created some challenges, and so I decided to take a break, and maybe I'll go back once they kind of settle in and life looks a little different. But if you have kids and you've had little kids, you understand what all comes with kids in elementary school and all that entails. So that's where I am right now. That's my life in a nutshell. So summer's getting ready to start. My son will be done with school on Friday. And this, I think, is the first summer that people have been in school and we're getting out, and that I have actually been really excited for summer. I'm ready to not have to wake people up to go to school, and to just, if we want to go do stuff, we can, but we can also just hang around and chill at the house. We do have a pool, so my kids love going in the pool, and they have some different camps going on, but overall, I'm just ready to relax. So, like I said, I have lots of stuff. I am going to, let me get my notes back up. I am going to kind of go a little bit out of order from my normal. I have some different giveaways. I'm going to insert giveaways throughout the video. And so if you're interested in entering, you do need to be a U.S. resident. You need to be over the age of 18. You need to like the video and subscribe to my channel. And then at the end, you will leave a comment with what are your summer plans? And if you don't have any summer plans, is there anything that you have either done in the past or like is on your bucket list? Maybe not if you work, maybe not summer, but like trips you're interested in taking. Just kind of something fun. And then you're going to put the numbers that I tell you, because I have numbers tied to each of the giveaways. So all the way through, I'll have different giveaways and I'll tell the number, but that's the one question at the end. All right, so I am going to also, let me put this in, I will talk about the Farm Girl retreat. I'm going to leave that to the end in case you're not interested, but I will put it out there now. It was so much fun. I'm so glad I was able to go. My husband watched all the kids. The house was still standing when I got home, but they had a great time, and I was able to have an awesome time, meet a few people who I already knew were going, and then I met other people who I was pleasantly surprised to meet, and a couple of them I'm still in contact talking to regularly. So it was a nice trip to get away, go to Amana, Iowa, to the Farm Girl Gatherings retreat. it was just, the whole thing was awesome. So, like I said, I'll show and talk more details about what I did and the projects and all that at the very end. So that's coming. But I want to get straight into showing some finishes. And what I have to show is this is I posted this picture the other day, and this is my newest dough bowl. And these are all finished. I finished all of these last week. Some of them were new stitching finishes, and 2 of them were actually old stitching pieces. So I'm going to set this down, and I'll go into more detail for each of them. So the first one was, this is a chart from the Seasons of the Heart by With Thy Needle and Thread, and this was a whip I had. And Holly, who is Hobbies of Holly Neal, she had pulled this out and finished hers. And I said, you know what, I have that, and it was on my list to work on this year and get finished. And so I pulled it out and powered through and got it done. And she finished hers. My other 2, they actually have, which I have one right here. Excuse my reach. This is my winter, and I did make the tag. And Holly, she used a blue ribbon, and she put just a ribbon where it's supposed to go. And the ribbon my ribbon's a little big, but I thought, you know what, for right now, I'm going to just put a ribbon there and call it done. I also, if I take the ribbon off, like this one, I put the rickrack, I might put some trim. But for right now, I like how this looks. But I stitched it with Covered Bridge by LFA Linen, or on Covered Bridge. Most of the colors are called for. Some of them I had substituted. And like I said, this was a whip. So I was kind of just, of course, normally I write the colors down like what I've substituted. But all I had to go by was a ring of colors, which they were close matches, and what I had already done. So, I mean, I'm holding Floss up trying to figure out what I was doing, but all in all, it's so pretty. And I put, on the back, this is some check from the I think it was called Portsmouth from last year. It was a line that I had purchased a lot of, I think a Fat Quarter bundle from. All right, then somebody was commenting on these. I did not make these 2 pillows. I bought these. They were antique something or other. You can see kind of where they, or they were a repurpose. But I bought these from an antique store and just threw them in there. And I've had them for a couple years. So it's fun to switch them out with whichever pillows I happen to create. Where did I put the chart? This was not necessarily patriotic, but I felt like it went with the bowl. This was, Since I've Seen You, this was a new start and finish. This is called Bluebird Out My Window by With Thy Needle and Thread. And I actually purchased this when I was in Amana at the Little Red Hen, which is, I'll talk more in detail about that when I talk about the retreat. They have a lot of kits, so you can see my finish. It did come, which I will probably put the trim on later. I didn't put trim on any of these yet because I wanted to get them out to display. It came with trim, which I'll put on later, like I said, and it did come with a different backing, but I had this from something else, and so I decided to kind of coordinate them all with the same backer. So that backer that came with the kit, I will use that for something else. All right, this one also I showed this as a finish, I believe on the last video. This, I think I put the pattern away. I believe it's called Where Liberty Dwells by With Thy Needle and Thread again. And I had finished the stitching and I needed to finish into a pillow. And so I use the same check fabric. And again, I will probably add some type of a trim at some point, but for now I just wanted to get it in the bowl. All right, and then both of these were previous finishes. Both of these were previous finishes that were glued. Well, one was hot glued to a backer and the other one was actually pinned and framed. I did enjoy both of them, how they were. However, this one in particular, I have seen a few people finishing. I really wanted to take it out of the frame and darken the linen. Well, it's actually Monaco to something more brown because that's what the stitching was to begin with, and I brightened the colors, which I still love it, but I just wanted to give it more of a vintage feel, and that would be this one. And this is Sweet Summer Come Again by Blackbird Designs, and as you can see, the colors are different and brighter than the pattern, if you know what the pattern looks like. And I will put a picture of it right here. I should have grabbed it because there is another piece, and I save all of my Blackbird patterns, so I still have it. But I'm pretty sure it's on my blog, which is sweetwaterstitcher.com. I have the color changes if you're interested in what I did. But this was on a piece of white Monaco. And I think I have, yep, the frame. I had it framed in this frame. And I love the frame, so I kept it. And this is the board that was in there. So this was in here, and it was on white Monaco. Now, I will tell you, Monaco is not very easy to dye. I feel like you need to wash sizing out of it or something. It's a lot stiffer than just a linen, or even a lot of times Aida, I feel like, is easier to get the dye to stick to. And I was trying to coffee dye it. So I dunked the whole thing, which I wanted to tone the red down, but honestly, it really didn't tone down, which I was a little surprised about. And you'll see on the other one, same thing. But I was just trying to get this darker. So I dunked it in the coffee like a couple different times, let it sit, rinsed it out, let it sit, rinsed it out. And it still wasn't like really taking the dye. So what I did also is that sitting on a paper plate, I sprayed some of this Instant Antique from Primitive Gatherings on it, and it came out like this. So it then kind of gave it like, trying to find where's the splotch. It's kind of hard to see with the lighting, but there's like some splotches, and I really liked that effect. So that turned out great. And this one was pinned. So I just took the pins out, took it out of the frame, and did the dyeing with the coffee and then the antiquing spray, and then made it into a pillow. And so I'm able to enjoy it in a different capacity. Then this, I believe this was a Stitch Quarterly, like the first or second Stitch, not the first. The first I think was the home that has the sunflower, which I have that also. And I'll probably take that apart. Because when I first started stitching, I did a lot of finishes either the same or very similar to how Priscilla had finished, or Kimberly, with a big bow, a big flower mounted onto the backer. And it doesn't really fit my decor anymore. I love the stitching still. And so slowly as the seasons have come, I'm kind of changing how my finishes are. And I still am able to enjoy the stitch, but the finish is a little different. So maybe this was the second one, and it was called American something. If I can find it, which it's probably on Fat Quarter Shop still because it's one of their patterns, I will put a link to the pattern because it's really cute. So it has this at the top, it had the flag, and it has this at the bottom. This was hot glued on sticky board. So I pulled it all off, and around the edge, I mean, I had about 2 inches. There was still a gap before it got to the hot glue. So what I did is I tore as much of the hot glue off as I could. And now this was, this is 25 count, I think, the Lori Holt. So somebody was asking in the questions about taking it off and not messing up your weave of your linen. I feel like this would be similar, and I just tore it off because I felt like I'm gonna put I put a piece of interfacing on the back when I went before I sewed it into the pillow, and so it kind of gave it its shape back, but it didn't mess it up at all. And this one the white was much brighter, and I knew I wanted it to go with all of these, so I put this in coffee, and I also sprayed it with a little bit of the antique spray, and I think it looks great, and it looks old just like all of the other pillows, and I think it just fits right in. And so here is my dough bowl for now. I do still have some other finishes I want to do, some other smalls, so I might get some more smalls done, but I might just leave it at that for this year. I feel good about how many I got done for this year, so we'll see what happens. But I love all of those. I love the repurposing of the older, bigger pieces that I don't have the same room. I'm not decorating the same, but I don't want to throw the cross stitch away. So if you're in the same boat, don't be afraid to take the pieces off. I mean, if you aren't enjoying them how they are, they're probably going to sit in a box, or you're not going to want to put it out. So this at least gives you a different way to display it. So that is my previous finishes and fully finishes. So let me see. Okay, this is all trying to figure out what's haul and what is what basically over here. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a giveaway. So the first giveaway is, where did it go? It is from, okay, here we go. It is going to be from my friend Lee. And she has, let me get her little info up here. She has a new cross stitch store online, and it is called Stitchy Spot Supply Co. And I'll put it right here, Stitchy Spot Supply Co. And her name is Lee Richardson, and she's located in Piedmont, North Carolina. She's a longtime cross stitcher since 7. And she enjoys quilting and cross stitching, married with 2 grown children. Her and her mom decided she needed to occupy their time, and so they decided to open an online shop, and they are continuing to stock the shop. So it is by no means fully stocked with every pattern, but they are slowly adding as new things come out. And I did ask, if there is something that you are looking for, you can reach out to her and she can get it, see if she can get it in. So if you are interested, feel free. But she so generously wanted to offer 2 giveaways, and then she also gave a discount code. So for number 1, and so you would, at the end again, be a U.S. resident, be over the age of 18, like the video, and subscribe to my channel. And then you'd answer the question, do you have summer plans? And if you don't have a summer break or summer, other trip plans or fun things you've done in the past, that Any of those would be fine. And then you'd use the numbers you're interested in. So if you're interested in this one, this was going to be number 1. And what it is it is the Equality Sampler by Plum Street Samplers. This is number 1. And number 2 is God Bless America, also by Plum Street. And I chose both of these because this one is a whip I have, and I am thinking about pulling this back out. And this one I am going to, I have a tiny start, but I'm really not starting until Memorial Day, and I'll talk about this in a second. So this is number 1, and this is number 2. So if you're interested in those, do the things and put 1 and 2. All right. Before I talk about this, I did want to also mention the discount code. So she is offering, if you order, I want to tell you the right thing. If you order 2 or more patterns from her shop, you can use the code 15, and I'll put it right here, 15 off 2. You also need to be following me, Sweetwater Stitcher, on Instagram, and Stitchy Spot Supply Co. on Instagram. And I will have both of those down below, so you can just click it and go and follow. So you need to follow both, and then you can use the code 15 off 2. And you have to buy at least 2 patterns, and obviously you could buy more. But that was a code she wanted to offer in addition to the giveaways. So thank you so much, Lee. I'm excited to get some stuff from her shop too. So if you don't have an LNS, or you don't have an online place you shop for, or if you are like me and you have favorites, but you also like to spread the love, go give her shop a follow and check it out, because I went over there looking for the giveaway patterns, and she's got lots of good stuff, and I know she'll be getting more stuff in. So go check Lee's shop out. Okay, so that is the first giveaway. Then I wanted to talk about Christine with Hollis Hands Create is hosting a summer sale, which starts on Memorial Day. And her sale, I'm going to put the hashtag right here because, of course, I've already forgotten and forgot to write it down. I want to say it is, I do not remember. I'm putting it right here, the hashtag. But she has already stitched this one along with the other Rhode Island style samplers of Paulette's. Each summer, she starts on Memorial Day and she tries her best to end on Labor Day. And if I am correct, I'm pretty sure she's met her goal every year. So she's did it for 4 years, because there's 4 of these. And this year, she is going to be working on Liberty's Welcome, I think, or something. I forget which. It's a long one from Paulette. I know that Tara Sullivan, Sully Stitches, she's working on American Sampler House, I think it is, or American. I am drawing lots of blanks today. It's another Paulette chart. Christine said it doesn't necessarily have to be Paulette, but like something summery, patriotic. It's kind of the sentiment of the South. So I have wanted to stitch one of these for a long time, and I just haven't gotten to doing it. So this is the one I chose, which is why I wanted to give it away. And I will be starting it on Memorial Day. Like I said, I did do a little start early, so I'll show you that. And I am stitching this on, let's see, what did I want to say it's Heartland. yes, it's 36 count Heartland by Picture This Plus. I mean, the start is very small. So I just have up here in the corner started. So I'm excited to keep going on this, and I'm really going to try to work on it all summer and get it done by Labor Day. And Labor Day is the weekend right before my birthday. So it'll kind of be a lead up to my birthday for myself. But I am really excited to work on that. So that is a Sal, and it is, let me see actually, because I got my phone right here so I can tell you what the Sal is called. Okay, Liberty's Welcome is what she's doing, and it is Hollis's Summer Holiday Stitch. And Hollis's Summer Holiday Sal is the hashtag. So again, I'll put it here so that you know what it is. So that is the first thing. Then I wanted to talk about a Sal that I, along with Nicole Spohr and Chantel, started. We started it on March 15th, which was last Wednesday. We have no deadline, but it's going rather quickly. This is American Sampler House by Annie B's Folk Art. And I talked about this a couple videos ago. I've had the chart since my youngest daughter was born, and I wanted to stitch it. And so this is where I am. And I am stitching it on 32 count Tornado by Fox and Rabbit, and I'm using one strand on the 32 count. And I am using the called for red and blue, and then the other colors are not the called for, but they're very similar. So like the black is black coffee, and I forget what it calls for. The white I'm using is grits, which is, I think it calls for ecru, but it's quick. I have to fill the house in. There's like a pot over here and the grass and the flagpole, and I'll be done. So I'm going to, again, I'm not putting any pressure on myself to get it done, but it would be quick to pick up and finish. And like I mentioned, I've just had lots of stuff going on, and so then it's kind of thrown my stitching into kind of a strange mood, which is what seems to happen to me when things get crazy, is I get very scattered in my stitching, which is fine because the stitching is my hobby and it's supposed to be my relaxation. So I started some other things. I kind of made a little bit of a different plan, which I picked something to start, and then I haven't stitched in 3 days. So we'll see if it gets started or not, but that's that. And that, for the American Sampler House, we did not make a hashtag. However, you can tag myself, Nicole Spohr, or Chantel 141 on Instagram if you're posting a picture. Or I'm going to post a progress picture today in my Facebook group, and you can post a picture in the group, Sweetwater Stitcher on Facebook, and then people can see and comment on it through there. The hashtags, it's not that they're not working, but it's sometimes hard to follow. So I thought this would be a fun way to get people interacting in the Facebook group. So if you're stitching it, or some people have already stitched it because it's not a new chart. So if you already finished it, you can either post it under when I post an update, or feel free to make your own post and just show people what you did. And another really fun thing is I chose Tornado Chantel is using Coffee Stain from Cedar River Linens, and Nicole is using Saltbush from Fox and Rabbit. So all three of us are using a different linen, and I think we're all pretty much using the called for or very similar, but the linen is all going to be different. So I'm really excited when we're done. Like we could put all three of them together in a picture and see the difference of what fabric does to the chart. Because fabric really makes the chart look very different in a lot of cases. My next thing to show is I am not fully finished with this. I was hoping to be. I do have all the stitching done, but this was the Biscornu Sal that Nicole was hosting for her Flossiversary with the triple play pillows. And you could choose any of the seasons, change the colors, whatever you wanted to do. I chose to do this summer, and I already showed my finished stitch, which was this. And I have done the back stitching around. And what I decided to do for the bottom is I just decided to pick a piece of colored linen, and I am going to put this on the bottom. So I did my back stitch line, and all I have left to do is I need to put the interfacing on the back of both pieces, and then I need to stitch them together. So that is on my to-do list to get done soon. So I will have a Biscornu with my pieces, and I'm excited to show that. And if you also participated, I would love to see your finish. So feel free in the Sweetwater Stitcher Facebook group to post your pictures of your finished Biscornus. I know a lot of people were doing them. So post pictures. They're fun to see. All right, I showed the fully finishes already. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about my other whips. Let me get my basket down here. All right. So, and they're not in any particular order. I just have them all in this basket here. So the first one, this was a kit I took with me to Amana, and I was working on it in the airport. This is by Chessie and me, and this is called Strawberry Liberty. Again, I could just pick it up and finish it, but I haven't done that, so, and that's okay. Sometimes that's what happens. But this is how far I got. Again, let me get the picture real quick. This is, oops, what it looks like. So that is one whip, and it's a kit that came with the linen. I did pull a bigger piece, but this is the called for color. And then it came with all of the floss. It just comes with what you need because it's silk. So I have that going. And that would be, like I said, an easy little patriotic finish. I also, when I came back from the retreat, two people who were at the retreat had been stitching on this as a stitch along since last May, and I had it waiting to be started, but I just hadn't started it, and I'm really glad I didn't, because Katrina, who was sitting across from me, she finished, or she was about to be done, and I loved the color she picked. So I had both of what she used and decided to pull that out when I got home. I don't have very much, but it is on, or she did it on Dirt Track by Seraphim using Blackboard by Gentle Art. So it kind of gives it a blue coloring, and I love it. So I need to get back to all of them, but this one in particular is really fun. So I love that. And I loved her idea of the color change. So I got that going. And I'm also so excited about summer because I'm going to have, even though I have little kids, they're starting to get where they're getting a little easier to be able to, for me to sit down and I can like do stuff. So I'm going to be doing as much stitching as I can. I also, these were some of my other Brenda Gervais pieces that I wanted to work on this month. So I did start this piece. And this, I don't know what linen this is. I want to say it's, I think it's 36 and I want to say it's Legacy, but it might be something else. I don't really know. So I just started kind of in the middle. I think it is the middle where the girl is. So I got, that's how far I was able to get. So that was one of my like 24 and 24 Brenda starts. And I'm using the called for colors for that. Oops. And that's a fun summer piece to pick up. That's not patriotic, but is summery, which is what I liked about it. And then this was a restart. I don't even know how many times I've restarted it. I finally went kind of back to the first start. I did a different count, but Lori Holt stitched this on Weeks Dye Works Platinum, which I love her finish. And so I had bought a piece of 40 count when I was at the Florida stitching event in Cocoa Beach. And so I said, you know what? The 40 count's going to be even better because it's going to be smaller. So I restarted it on the 40 count Platinum, and I love this so much. So I would like to get back to this summer, but at least I got it started, so it will be easier to pick up when I want to get back to it. But that is like one of my favorite Teresa Kogut pieces. So is Dwelling Place, which I did not stitch on anymore, but I really want to. So I think that's on my plan for next month, is to pull that out. And then this, because I was in the mood for like something summery but also sampler, and this had strawberries, and I felt like that kind of looks summery. So I pulled this out, which is Ann Grader. And I had bought at the Farm Girl Retreat 40 count Salt Bush. And that is, I think that's what Tara Sully Stitches used. And I thought, you know what? That looks perfect. So, I mean, it is a very small start, but nonetheless, I did start it. And this is in my basket of things I'm trying to get to. So, we'll see what gets pulled out. And I think that was all. I didn't start this, but I also, this is something else that grabbed my attention. I just love the sentiment of it. And I mean, the world is crazy, and I just wanted to kit something up, and so I didn't even start it, but I just love this so much. So I don't know if I'll start it or just keep it kitted, but I had it, and so I thought, I just feel like kitting something. Oh, I did one more start, and then I'll show you the thing what I want to be working on for a little while. This is also in that M plus A 1853. Called for Floss, and this is, I believe this is 40 count Heartland, I think. Actually, I think it's 40 count Fawn. I don't know. Something else was on this, and so I really have no idea. So again, a tiny start. I was thinking I was going to be taking this with me somewhere, and I forget where, and then I ended up taking something else. So, but I love that, and it's really not that big. But the red flowers, I love those so much. So that's also in my pile of things to be working on. Along with, I have other things I'm going to pull out. But as many people have said, I mean, it's a hobby. Start what you want to start. I bought the things. They're in my stash. Unless I'm selling them, they're not doing me any good sitting there. So I might as well work on them. Okay, let me do another giveaway and then I'll talk about this. So for the next giveaway, I am going to do, this is going to be number 3. And this was, I forget where this even came from. I think a viewer donated this actually. Watermelon Tear from Erin Elizabeth. This is number 3. And number 4 is Kimberly's Blue Gingham 14 count. This is number 4. This is from Fabric Flair, number 4. And I will also do number 5 and 6. And I feel so horrible because I got these in the mail. I don't even remember when. A couple months ago. And I put them in my giveaway bin. And then school has been crazy. And I haven't been doing a lot of giveaways. And I saw someone giving these away. And I thought, oh my gosh, I have to get these back out. They're awesome. So what they are is a viewer, Debbie, she made these and she sent them to me to give away. And so I wanted to get them out and get them into your hands. So this is going to be number 5, and this is called I Love Flosstube Notebook. And you can order these on Amazon. And this is what the pages look like. So one side has the channel, the episode, what to buy, where from, sites, notes, and then there's notes on the other side. So what an awesome notebook to have with you when you're watching videos. So this is number 5. And then number 6 is what's my floss? And this is to keep track of your floss changes. And again, both of them are by Debbie. And this is what it looks like. It's so awesome. So this is number 6. If you're interested, comment number 6. Okay. So the next thing is kind of into my plans. So continue working on the stuff that's in this basket. I'm starting the sal on Memorial Day, which is on Monday. So I'm starting this sal on Memorial Day, and finishing or working on other stuff in the basket. And then this was something I have wanted to stitch on. I love the black so much. This is what I'm talking about. I have been having the hardest time seeing the black linen. And so I decided I am going to do it on the lighter color linen. Now this calls for hog bristle. And what I decided to use is Affogato by Fiber on a Whim, which I think is going to look awesome. So I did kit this up with the Annie's Keepers, which I purchased from Chantel 141 Design Company. You can get them from her. And then I bought these are the labels. These are the DMC ones. Oh my gosh. From Pip and Chip on Etsy. And then she also has, like, this is you have to buy a different set, but this is, oh my gosh, the other ones. So these are the colors, and this is the linen. And like I said, I love this so much. And so I thought, as kind of a restart from some craziness happening in my life, I just wanted to start one project, work on it for a week or so. And I thought, you know what, this is a really good project to start. So this is what I want to work on. And as my pin is coming out here, and then kind of continuing and on, it is like Christmas-y, but I feel like you could also keep it out all the time. And I like This Is the Day by Plum Street, the pink house. It is one of my favorite stitches that I've done, and I love it. And so this to me kind of is in the same realm, which is why I've wanted to start it for so long. So this is on I'm going to start this after I finish recording the video and work on it. So I have that ready to go. And then, like I said, just keep working on whips that I have, that I've started already, because I've started a lot of stuff and kind of have older projects going. I was really happy with getting those pillows done, because that was kind of a main goal. I would like to get some bigger pieces finished, but sometimes the bigger pieces become daunting to get or to push through, and I don't really stitch monogamously unless I really get into something. So pushing through to get finished with something is not normally, unless I hit a point, what I do. So we'll see what happens, but really anything can happen, because I always seem to tell you guys plans and then the plans change, which is fine too. So that is what's happening now. I also wanted to mention, in July is Alicia the Fanciful Flamingo. It is her stitching retreat, Stitch Florida, and I'm so excited to be going to that. She also has on her website a sampler box. The chart is by Little Robin Designs, and it's for sale now, and it will be released or mailed in August starting for sampler September. It is a smaller piece, so if you are not normally a sampler stitcher, or you're just kind of dabbling, this would be a great box. She's shown some sneak peeks of the piece. She's shown some sneak peeks of things in it, and it looks like a really great box. So if that appeals to you, I'll put the link below to go order it, so go do that. And that's all I think I have for right now. I do want to go and talk about, let me show a little haul. And this is kind of random haul, and then I'll talk about the retreat a little bit. So I did order some Blackbird charts. I found these. I was looking for this one, which is Sarah's house. And then while I was looking, I also found Mother's Garden, Sailing Home, and Morning Star. So I was excited to get those. I also purchased the new, where's the other one? I don't know where it went. I purchased the 3 new Brenda Gervais. I also have the flag one, which I don't know where it went, but the new Brenda charts. I purchased the Buzz bag and this. I have the floss too, and I bought this from Needle Orts which is my LNS in Altamont Springs, and I got all that stuff from there too. Then Summer Glory, which I love that too. Let's see what else is over here that's purchases. I bought some linen, or not linen, I'm sorry. I bought some floss from Farmhouse Flossies, and she has a website. It is Farmhouse. Oh, that's her email. The website, though, she's on Facebook, and I want to say it's just Farmhouse Flossies, but I bought just some like red, white, and blue to do some like substitute in for some patriotic. She has a Facebook group, which I'll put below too. So I was excited to get that. Then I really haven't been buying bags, but I could not resist because this is in Tilda and I love Tilda. This is from Vintage Owl Lady. So awesome. And the inside is the dark blue. Ah, I love, love, love. So I got that. And, oh, this is the other chart, Grand Old Flag. That was the other Brenda chart. And I think that is, that's really, oh, this is the Annie Keepers also, just to show you. So they come, this was the, like the really big pack. So they're all in here and they come like this. And then you also get these are if you want to put them in a filing cabinet. And they come with little white dots, but then I ordered from Pip and Chip the labels. And so like these are the gentle arts. So they all come like this and you just peel them off and put them on the keeper and it works. And they fit awesome in your bags. They fit awesome in like the different project keepers. I am like obsessed with kitting things up now because of them. So if you're looking for a new floss storage, I highly recommend, and I'll link Chantel's shop. She has them and some other people carry them too. But I know Chantel is like continuously placing orders and they ship them to her really quick. So she'll get them out the door to you as soon as they get into her shop. So highly recommend getting those if you're looking for something. Okay. All right, I think that's all. Let me do the last couple giveaways and then I'm going to talk about the retreat and then I'll be done. So for number 7, I have Penny Spring. So this is number 7 for the giveaways. Number 8 is Feather Your Nest by Brenda Gervais. This is number 8. And number 9 is, this is a kit with linen and floss for this pattern by Lindy Stitches. And this was part of a class I took to make a needle book, and I didn't end up stitching the piece, so it has the fabric and the floss to stitch this. And I think actually I put, maybe it's just the one pattern. There was a second pattern. It might be in here too. If not, it's just the one pattern, but this is number 9. So if any of the giveaways you're interested in, put the numbers in, answer the question, like, subscribe, all the things, and I will pull in 2 weeks the winner for the giveaways. All right, so that is all of the giveaways. Now, let me talk about the retreat. Like I said, it was awesome. The designer was Kimberly Nugent from Samplers Not Forgotten. And this was the pattern that we got. It is for this is a pocket, so there was stitching on the back. It was for the Biscornu and the scissor fob. And we got it fully kitted. With the linen, we got some ribbon, a button, or 2 buttons, a charm. It had fabric in here. It had the floss. And then we also, as an extra, she gave us a ring with a little fob. We did also get actually, I think it's in this bag. No, I must have taken it out. We got a waxer that she made, and then she also gave us scissors, Sajou scissors, and these are what mine look like. So pretty. So we got these as well, and I have yet to use them because I've been saving them to show before I use them. So I'm gonna put these in my bag and start using them. So that was the kit that we got and the project for attending the retreat, and we got it on the retreat started on Thursday at noon, and we got the kit on Friday. So if you wanted to start, you could start. I was going to, and I kept going back and forth because I was considering changing the linen, and then ended up deciding to, I don't know what I decided, but I didn't end up starting it. I started the Bluebird one, and I think that was all. So then there was a pop-up shop at the retreat, and so some of the things I bought were One Nation, and I kitted this because I would like to start this, but I'm just leaving it for now until I really want to work on it. I'm not going to start it until then. And then, what else did I buy from the pop-up shop? I won this chart. I bought this, One Stitch at a Time. I also bought another kit, and I put it somewhere else, I think, because it was something I want to work on soon, and I don't know where I put that. So that, and then I also bought some different linen. So that was what I bought at the pop-up shop. Then I took a trip over to the Little Red Hen, and I bought the Bluebird Out My Window kit. I also bought the Little Red Work Pin Keep kit. I bought In Season, which is another Brenda Gervais. And so this is like what the kit looks like. And this kit, I wanted to buy this from Country Sampler. Peace and Goodwill Sampler. So again, like, it comes with all the stuff. And what else did I get from there? Oh, that was a gift. Sorry for all the digging around. I'm trying to figure out what I bought. Because it's been sitting in this bag since I got home to share with you guys. Okay, that was gifts. That was all I got from Little Red Hen. Oh, this one more kit was this to do in like October. So I knew they had kits, cross stitch kits, and that was kind of my main looking, because I tried to pick things I knew I wanted to start, which many of them were Brenda Gervais for my year of Brenda Gervais. So I was excited about that. This was the quilt shop right next to the retreat center. I was able to get the toweling for two Blackbird charts. So I purchased that in red and black. And then from the Amazing Grace store, I was able to pick up this little frame. So I'm still trying to figure out what to put in here, but I thought this was cute. And Chessie, who is Annie from Annie B's Folk Art, her daughter got the other one. And she already had a piece and like finished it and was trying to put it in the frame at the retreat. It was so pretty. So I'm going to figure something out for that. And that was really fun. So that was my shopping adventures there. And then I wanted to share what some of the gifts I got, which were so sweet. So this was one. Someone came around with this little seed pack. And then these are floss cards. And they have different books on them, which are so cute. And they came in here. So that was a great idea. Lots of good ideas. This was from Roberta Lyle from the Sable Stitchers. You put this on your chart stand, and then you connect your scissors, or you can put it on your mat or whatever, and then your scissors don't run away. This is another floss cards, and oh my gosh, so pretty scissor fob. The floss cards are really popular, so if you're unsure of what to do, floss cards are great. This is what sent me down the hole to find Sarah's house. Was Katrina had stitched it and put it on floss cards, and then I thought, ooh, that looks pretty. So some floss cards. This was a gift from Annie B's Folk Art for the table. This was from Diana, a Ort catcher. Some scissors from another table mate. So pretty. Good gift. A card, a floss card. This was from Roberta, and she made these wool strawberries. And then she had some candy and her card attached, so we would know who gave them to us. So I need to put that in my display. This was another candy bag and some floss cards. So when in doubt, add some candy. Denise from Goose Designs, she gave everyone a pal. And this is from Steph Knight. Look how pretty these cards are. If I can get this thing open. And some candy. And then this was from Donna White. It came in a bag in this little strawberry thing. This is a needle book, which I've been dying to use, and again, I was waiting. A floss ring, and then some candy. But isn't that so cute? And then she had it in this bag. So they sat next to me, Donna and Diana, and they're going to be at Stitch West, and they were at the other Stitch West. So I was like, oh, this is so fun. I'm going to see you guys again. So both of them, as you can see, they were putting these together. Oh, and one more. This was so cute. This was a little heart tin, and then she made this, a pincushion. So thank you to everyone, and if I missed anything, it's somewhere around here. I've been trying to keep everything together. I know Chessie and had given us a coffee cup that had candy in it. Well, the candy's gone, and I was flying, so I had to get rid of the coffee. Like, it was like a to-go coffee cup. That was a really good idea for something to take You could, even if you are flying, you could pack all the cups like together and then put them together. So great gifts. This is what I gave to, the tables were long, like I said, and I was unsure of how the whole retreat worked. So I had made some bags for a couple people, and I just kind of went that route this time. Next time when I go, I will know what to bring. So if it's your first time going to retreat, don't feel pressured to bring something for everybody. Or if you don't know, you can kind of test the waters, see what other people do, or watch. That's why I try to show what people are bringing to give ideas. But again, none of it is necessary. Just bringing yourself is enough. But as crafters and stitchers and all, I feel like it's a crafter thing too. You want to make, and it makes you happy to give things to people, or even if you want to buy things. I also wanted to show this. I bought for teacher appreciation, but I thought this would be a good gift for a table mate if you wanted. These I bought on Amazon, and you could either put some of the letters on here or just give like this, and either just give the bag or put stuff in the bag. But this was like a multi-pack, and I forget, let's see, there was 12 of them in this pack, all different colors. So if you had a table of 6, that would be 2 retreats worth of the bags, and they were not expensive. So just like another bag idea, I was using those for teacher appreciation. But I made these little Trixie pouches in different patterns, and this is one I didn't give because I had an extra. So I was going to show you what I put in them. I had some needles in there, some floss cards. I had bought some of the little scissor fobs from 5 Times Blessed. And then I had gotten from Kohana some of the mini snips, and I put those in there. Again, if you just wanted to make the bag, that would be enough. I mean, I have little gifts I try to collect. So when it's time to go somewhere, I have things to put in there. But this was so fun to make, and I don't need 15 of these or however many I can make. They're fun to sew, and so then it's a fun gift to give. So that was what my gift was for this retreat. So that is all I have for you today. That's my retreat recap, and all my other stuff. So if you've stuck with me this long, thank you. I hope you guys have a great Memorial Day, safe Memorial Day. And I will be back I'm going to post this as soon as I get it ready, which hopefully will be today, which is Wednesday, or tomorrow. And then I'll go back to my every other Friday if I can get more frequent, but I really do not think that's going to happen this summer. But it might be sporadic. So I'm going to try to get back to the every other Friday. But if you don't have the bell clicked to notify me, you might want to do that, because I'm going to, like I said, try the schedule, but you never know when it's the summer. But in the fall, we'll be back to probably every week, if not every other week. So we'll see. But again, it's hobby. It's fun. I love doing the videos. I love sharing. I love seeing what you guys are doing, either on Instagram or on my Facebook group. So be sure to comment below if you are interested in any of the giveaways. And I'll talk to you guys later.